Oh, yep, it is. Hold on one second.
Thank you.
Look, you want the switch too? There you go.
Are you FaceTiming?
I'm live.
Nice.
I do this every Tuesday night at the same time. Am I FaceTiming? What? I'm not FaceTiming. Okay, so I'm trying to pull it up on my computer. Also, hey Barry, been a while since you've been on a live hang. Hold on one second. Let me just pull up. Okay, here's why. Oh, no. I'll do it like this. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do it like that either. Hold on a second. Bear with me, folks. Hey, Steve. Trying to get to the link through Patreon on my computer because it's harder for me to see the chat when I do it on my phone. But it's a way better camera. My camera that's on my computer is like, looks like I'm in 1993 or something. Okay. Make sure the volume's all the way down because it'll echo. All right. Oh, and again, another Joe Biden ad. Good Lord. All right, well, we're here. We're ready to roll. How's everyone doing this evening? I am doing pretty good. It's been okay week. About the same. Go away. Okay, there we go. Sit down. There we go. Yeah, so just had the weekend. The weekend was good. It was pretty non-eventful. My daughter got to go to a friend's house for the first time, that her best friend that she hasn't seen since March, and she got to see her for the first time in a long time, so it was pretty cool. We didn't do anything really. There's not a whole lot to do. California is pretty much shutting down again. They closed the bars and they closed everything down for the 4th of July weekend. And they're talking about closing down the gym. So I just feel like we're never gonna get over this thing. But yeah, so, you know, we're just kind of waiting to hear, you know, what's gonna happen. How was everyone else's weekend? Let's see, updates on the garden. My sweet peppers are all eaten up by bugs. My shishitos are all eaten up by bugs. So I'm going to try those again. But I've been spraying some stuff that's been working, and also there are a lot of like helpers in the garden now. There's like spiders, and I'm going to get some praying mantises in it. That's huge for me. If you guys know me, I hate praying mantises so much, but I don't know what else to do at this point because it's the bugs now, not the birds. So, and they don't tend to bother the things that are big, and I better knock on wood or something, but they don't tend to eat on the things that are bigger, which is really weird. They prey on the smaller, weak ones. So yeah, anyway. Just having a little bit of wine tonight. I plan to, after this, maybe get some pictures. I'm in my robe. Get some pictures, and then I have a couple of things that I'm gonna watch, possibly a couple of episodes of this like really, I don't know, I think it's like a metaphysical, like spiritual driven show. It's like not traditional, I don't know, but I'm excited about it. Crazy bugs usually mean healthy garden, right? Yeah, sometimes they do. Like the predator bugs that are garden helpers are good, as long as they eat the bugs that eat the plants, because I don't want the bugs that eat the plants to be in there. So that's kind of why I'm letting the spiders stay. And they have like, I'll have to take a picture or something, but they have like webs on each corners of the little boxes that I have planted in. And then they have like, I don't know, they're they're pretty big. And then there's some other little tiny bugs that hang out in there that help the garden. So I don't know. It's an advantage for me to have the greenhouse because bird protection. Things grow faster in there. I can kind of control the temperature, and I can control, because I have the misters and stuff, so I can kind of like play Mother Nature a little bit. But also I can't control like the bugs. I'm at a slight disadvantage for the bugs just because it is such an enclosed, moist space, and they're like, woohoo, you know, shelter and food and all the fun things that I need in life to survive. So it is an advantage and a disadvantage having the greenhouse. So yeah. Oh, I want to get this off. Go away. There we go. So what else? I'm on day 16 of riding that bad boy over there. I've gotten in, oh, I don't know, almost 80 miles, a couple thousand calories burned. It's pretty awesome. Love it. And then the mirror that I used was just bought by Lululemon. So that is gonna ramp things up there a little bit, I think. So those workouts will be, whew, I mean, they're already super intense, and mostly I just do yoga and Pilates with that because I have to walk a fine line of not overdoing it. Last year I did the 45-day, 45-minute per day of like intense cardio plus a normal workout challenge with Sheikah. And at the end of that was when my grandmother in Arkansas passed away, and so I got on an airplane by myself without the kids, went there, and then on my way home was a really stressful time. And so I was completely burned. Like my nervous system was a mess. And it completely turned me off to like exercising. I didn't step back in the gym, and when I did try, it just set me back off into one of my little, what do you call, flares, I guess you could call it. So yeah, so this is like my I get to like scale it down and like listen to my body. Walking and biking, oh, that's awesome. I keep wanting to find places out here in nature to explore. So maybe we'll start doing that too. Just hiking, taking the kids out in nature would be nice. It's the like advantage of living in California is that, excuse me, I should eat a baked potato, is that we have so many beautiful things to see around here and do, but just really never get around to it. It's just like we're so in our normal routine of, you know, life, the way we do things, you know, and the kids, they love getting out, and so do I. Our thing is the beach, and we haven't been able to go there for a little while, so, you know, but yeah, I've been looking at little places that we can go and just kind of drive the day. There's a lot of places that are super far, and I always have this like weird bend in my hair right next to my eyes. I mean, I probably only noticed it because I like edit my pictures, but it's always like reet reet. Thanks. I got new hair. You guys have seen it since I got it done, but yeah, I'm like super stoked on the new hair. Like, oh. But thank you. That was a nice compliment. But yeah, I gotta get out. It's just that some places are really, really far away. The places that are close are kind of a pain in the ass to get to, and it's like with the 2 kids, the long drive there and the long drive back. So I'd probably just stop making excuses and just find some places to go. I also have my ring light on my hair. I'm cheating a little bit. But if I don't have that on, you can't see me because my room is like a dungeon, kind of, as far as lighting goes. Well, not really since we got that lamp, but that backlights me and you wouldn't be able to see my face. So I got the ring light over there, and I use it to shoot pictures and videos and stuff when I do use it, or, you know, when I do that. So yeah, so what else can't believe tomorrow is a new month. It's like in my head, I'm still processing February and July, like my mental status, but like physically I'm prepared for tomorrow to be July, I think. There's just, it's like there's so much going on in the world, like I can't. And I remember, I like remind myself, oh gosh, Canada Day tomorrow. Oh wait, no, it wasn't Canada Day. With the whole Intergen thing happened, it was Canadian Thanksgiving. That's what it was. Oof. But yeah, I have to like remind myself that in like the unrest and like the uncomfortableness of everything that's going on, it kind of just means that a lot of things have already worked themselves out, and it's just gotta come. It's just gotta come that way. Like things are already, I don't know, written the way that they're gonna happen. Not written, not like the Bible or something like that, but the universe already has it kind of worked out. So I'm like, okay, gonna be fine. And I have moments of being completely fine. Like I'll just be floating on top of the water, and then I'll have moments where I feel like I gotta swim a little bit, you know. So I think we all are right now. And I think I'm mostly just saying that for relatability, but you know, I really try to remember in the super uncomfortableness that everything's gonna be just fine. But anyway, Canada Day tomorrow. So does that mean you guys like celebrate stuff? Do you like set off fireworks? Because my entire neighborhood has been blowing up industrial sized, like, I don't want to say bombs, but huge fireworks for like a week and a half. And it is so annoying, I swear. Because we're in the city, well, we're in a suburb, and there's nothing to absorb the sound. It's just concrete and mountains are kind of around it, because we're in a valley, like we're down in the valley, and like it's just, there's nothing like in the country. When I grew up in Oklahoma, like the person right next door to us could set off fireworks so we could see them, but it didn't blow our windows apart, and really could barely hear it. But here, like 2 miles down, it's like you can hear the whole damn thing. So it's just so annoying. And we have a senior dog who is not actually doing so well. That's been another thing that's been going on this week. He's at the end of life. I won't talk too much about that because it's kind of a downer, but we are about to take the next step and help him go to sleep, because he is super miserable, and these fireworks have just really made his life super hard these last couple of weeks. So yeah. So anyway, and then, you know, it makes the other dog, Rose, scared and stuff, and then wake the kids up in the middle of the night. Last night, they went off until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Travis couldn't sleep. He got up out of bed and went somewhere else because he was just sleeping so uneasy. I was probably snoring too, because I don't know, I snore sometimes. That's why I got this little contraption. I sleep kind of sitting up. Well, not all the way up, but ouch. Hurt. Yeah, I love our senior dog too. We rescued him when he was, well, they told us he was like 6, but I think at the time that we rescued him or adopted him from the shelter, he was closer to 11, and I think now he's about 15, 16 years old, maybe older. And he's done the thing. We tried really hard to not let it happen, but you know, the hormone shift and him not being super active, he's like gained some weight. He's super sweet, but like he has dementia, and so he'll like sit and stare at a bush forever, and he like won't acknowledge people very much, and he only eats and drinks as like his brain tells him is survival mode, but he'll do it to the point where he makes himself sick because he doesn't know when to stop or whatever. It's just really sad. I love senior dogs too. He's good, he's easy, and he's like sweet and everything, and that's, you know, that's one of, I guess, the downsides of having older dogs. But in as much as, you know, whatever, I feel great that we were able to rescue him and give him a good home. I don't know that I have it in my heart to ever rescue a senior dog again. And the kids are like, are we gonna get another dog? Because we had talked about it, you know, when Shadow passes away. But now I'm like, no more dogs. let's just wait. Let's wait till we move to Austin, or if that happens, or whatever we're gonna do, it's gonna happen. It has to happen. Please. We're gonna wait though. So we're just gonna have Rosie for a while, and our cat. Oh my god. So I've been working on some like epoxy resin projects, and I had the long story short, I had this thing that didn't turn out. I guess I didn't have enough hardener or whatever, and I thought I had thrown it away, but I actually put it on, like, I put it back somewhere, like by the window seal. It's hard to explain, but I put it there on accident. I meant to throw it away, but it just got placed there because my brain works like that sometimes. So knowing that I needed to throw it away because, you know, whatever. Anyway, she was chasing flies and she landed right in it. So she had epoxy resin all over her. It wasn't gonna harden, and it didn't hurt her or anything, but she tracked it all over the house. It was heavy and thick and sticky, so she was like underneath the couch for days. I'm like, oh my gosh, we finally got it all cleaned off using like essential oils and stuff, and her own like cleaning it. But wow, what a mess. Like, lesson learned. That cat is a mess, I'm telling you. She talks to Travis, like she communicates with him. She's obsessed with him. She is obsessed. He comes home and she screams at him like meow, 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 whatever. He'll take a shower, he gets out of the shower, she's still screaming at him. It's really funny. They're like attached at the hip, I swear. It's really funny. But yeah, I'm, no new animals for a while, especially if we're gonna move. We've got the chickens, and our fish passed away that was like 6 years old recently. Excuse me again. So we're good on animals. Don't need any more animals. Just gonna like it easy on myself. I love having lots of animals too. Like, I would totally have a ton more dogs, but I'm learning restraint. Love cats, but I'm so allergic. Yeah, I know a ton of people that say the same thing about loving cats, but they can't have them because they're allergic. Cats are great. I know a lot of people, it's not their cup of tea, but cats are like, they're pretty great. Oh man. What else? What else can I update you guys on? There's really, I mean, same old, same old. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to send the kids to school in August, so that might be prolonged until after the first of the year. I don't know. Don't know anything right now. Oh, I know, like, most hot spots in the United States, like, numbers are spiking and stuff like that, and it's just so, it's still such a back and forth. I mean, all day long. And I don't know about you guys, so tell me if this is true for you, but for me, in my line of work, I have colleagues all across the spectrum. So I have super by the standard Western medicine, doctors and things like that are good friends of mine that, we work together on stuff or whatever, and they have their set of ways of doing things. Every vaccine is totally fine. Give me all the vaccines in the whole wide world. We need a vaccine for everything. Wear your mask, do this, do that. People. And I have everything in between to the far extreme of like, that's so bad. It's like, it's getting better, but it's still a little peely. Anyway, of like, the virus isn't real. This is all a scam and all this stuff. So I'm like finding myself, I mean, I have my own set of beliefs about it, right? And it's like, I have this purpose, right? This light, this like set of knowledge and skills that I feel I don't know where to put it or like what to do with it, because I don't know what I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid. I don't know how to navigate it, and I'm not ready, and I will be. I think I'm just venting. But when it is time, it's gonna come. I'm trying to not let it come across in such a way of like barking orders or telling you where you should already have arrived at this point. I think at this stage, I really just want everyone to have all these bits of information that I've researched to be true, and to kind of teach how to do your own research and form your own educated, not really opinions, but educated, well, I guess it is opinion. As it's all opinion except for the facts of the facts. Ugh. So, you know, figuring that out, like, in social media, and like, I don't know, like, I gave up trying to be a certain type of relevant a long time ago. And there's a lot of people that I'm seeing that are like trying to drive the point home, and they're getting so pissed off that they're met with such backlash, and like they're not being recognized enough for their opinion or for their, I'm like, first time, like, you new here? You know, like, just everyone just calm down a minute. But I get it. Travis's branch, his bank branch, they shut the doors again. Not, he still goes in, but people can't go in, and he has to wear his mask at all times. And I have, you know, for myself, like, it's hard for me to wear a mask, and a lot of information about, like, yeah, don't, you know, the mask is carbon dioxide and this and that and this and that. It is, and I'm more sensitive to it, I think, now, even after I had COVID, than I was before, you know, but that doesn't mean that's the same story for everybody. And I'm just so, I'm sure we're all sick of it. So let's talk about something else. Someone asked me a different question. Ask me something. Let's see, what can we talk about? Let's talk about, oh, good, Barry, I'm so glad to hear that. I'm really glad. I mean, that is one area that I strive to help people in. But right now I feel like I can't get my feet underneath me with, I don't know, maybe I just need to quit overwhelming myself with every end of the spectrum in between, and just put my foot down and just start sharing again, you know, things that I feel like would be valuable for people, especially right now. But the thing is that everyone's values have shifted so much, and everyone is so tense right now, and everyone is so, like, okay, so for instance, on Sunday when I did the Q&A on Instagram, right, and someone had asked me about, like, you know, what I think about the COVID and everything, because he likes to get everyone else's take on things. And I said, okay, well, and I put my set of beliefs. And let me just first go back and say that in my household growing up, our number one rule was to not talk about politics or religion in the family, much less with anybody else. It's nobody else's business. And, you know, you can have your set of beliefs, you can do what's right for you, and you can, you vote how you want. It's free will. It's free will. Just like in spirituality, it's free will. You can, believe in whatever. Okay? And the basis upon that was that all it does is prove that there's just this constant divide. No matter how you look at it, no matter how much you love a person, no matter how much, whatever. So if you have a divide in your own family, take that outside of the house, there's going to be further division. Okay, so that was what I grew up believing, and I still kind of believe that. But for the very first time ever in my career of being on social media, I said something about the president. And I cannot tell you, so when I do the Q&As, I get 30, this sometimes discourages me from even answering the fucking questions. YouTube's probably gonna rip this down. But I get so discouraged because I get 30 to 40 people, sometimes less, sometimes more, asking if I'm ever gonna get back in the industry. Are you ever gonna perform again? Would you get back in with your husband? I mean, everything you can think of. And I'm like, my God, it's been 11 years. You know? And we've had the conversation before. Like, I have no shame around it anymore. I've come around. I've come around. Whatever. But I don't want to be asked a million times either. Like, leave it alone. But anyway, even more than that question, even more than anything else I've ever talked about, I had so many people, good or bad. I can actually say it's probably 75 good. No, 65 good, 25 bad. Well, that didn't make any sense. 35. Okay, math. I can't math. Almost even, but maybe just a little more so pro our president right now. And I didn't even say anything like make America great again. I didn't say anything about I'm pro-Trump, though I'm very publicly anti-Biden. I'm not publicly, but I make that, I think, pretty clear. Yuck. Anyway, that was further than I even wanted to take it with the way that I grew up and believe, right? Okay, so, anyway, like, I didn't say anything like that. I just said, I think our president is doing the best that he can with his abilities. That could mean I think he has shit abilities. That could mean I really do think he's doing a good job. That could mean that I think there's a whole lot going on that a lot of people don't see that he's doing a really good job on. I think there's a whole lot going on that people don't see that he's really sucking at. Like, it could have meant so many things, and I just had so many people. And I'm like, well, there goes that. That's not gonna happen again. Nope, I don't need the division. I don't need people pumping me up that our president is the best. I don't need people saying, our president's an idiot, he's the worst, you're so wrong. Like, ugh. Okay. Whoa. Not something I want to get into. I shouldn't have said it, I guess. I don't know. And that will be the last time. Lesson learned. So anyway, I can never think of a question to ask on Sundays. Yeah, you know what? It's you know, another thing that's, I keep getting in my own light. Another thing that's interesting about that is that, like, some Sundays I will just, like, instantly have so many good questions come right in. And then some Sundays it takes a little while for them to come in, or they're, like, kind of whatever, and so I'll wait till some good ones come in. But yeah, it's really hit or miss. It really, really is. Do you like Skywatch at Night comic? Yes. I just actually, I have a telescope, excuse me, that I love to use to take pictures of the moon and stuff. But I love stargazing. It's one of my favorite things in the world, but I'm at a disadvantage right now because we have so much light wash around LA and around where I live. So much so that a lot of times when I take out the telescope, I'm not even able to get past the light wash to see the moon or whatever, you know, star or constellation I might be trying to see. So, but yeah, I mean, that's like my favorite thing in the world. I would love to be able to see that, so I'm trying to keep an eye on it. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so I've been trying to keep an eye on that. There's a lot of cool space stuff that's been happening. Like discoveries, and there was the asteroid, or the showers, the comet, oh my god, my brain. Like the shooting star showers a couple of weeks ago out here that were, you could see it, kinda. But yeah, like all of our planets are about, there's some, like a planetary alignment that's about to happen that only happens every 12 years, and it's gonna happen like the 5th through the, I wanna say the 12th of July. So yeah, I love all that stuff. Are you kidding me? I have like all the apps that like tell you where everything is in the sky at night, and I'll just like I'll go outside and just follow that for, I could do that for hours. Travis will make fun of me. And the other night, I think it was Saturday night, he went outside and I didn't want to go outside, which is really weird because I always want to be outside, but I don't know. I was having like a, oh, I'm paused. I was, that's a face to pause on right there. I was just, I don't know, having a heavy period day, whatever. Anyway, TMI. but I just didn't want to go outside, so he took my telescope out there and he was like using it, and he come in and he's like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. It's like the coolest thing. I was like, yeah, it's pretty neat. So I love it. I love it so much. It's like, see, you make fun of me, but it's actually really cool. I also like to look for satellites. I think that's pretty neat. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we can see most of that too, I think. Yeah, DC, I could see there being a lot of light there. But there's just so much here in LA. It's like, I always hear stories of like there was a blackout once, like in all over. Oh, I'd love to be outside. Oh, it's like my favorite thing. But there was like a blackout in downtown LA and like widespread across Los Angeles County. And this was like years ago, like, I don't know, 70s, 80s maybe. I can maybe try to find it, but anyway, about how like when everyone was able to see the sky with all the lights off, they were freaking out. They didn't know what to think. They thought something was wrong. Like literally thought it was like apocalyptic, you know, stuff. But out in the country where I grew up on our land in Oklahoma, oh my gosh, it was a free-for-all. It was like the sky was so bright with stars, and when there was a full moon, oh my god, it would just light up the entire yard and trees and all the stars and all, oh my goodness, it was like a dream to stargaze out there. Sometimes I kick myself for like taking that for granted. Sometimes I didn't too much, but looking back, I kind of realized like, hey, you know, it's a lot cooler when you had all that abilities to do that stuff out there, you know. But, you know, hindsight 2020. But yes, outside is my favorite place. My favorite. I was just putting my feet in the dirt, in the sand, being outside, hiking. Like the beach. The beach is great. I'm gonna miss the beach a lot. But you know, there's a lot of beaches in Texas, so I'll take it. But yeah, little rivers and streams, and we used to float the Illinois River in Oklahoma, so we'd go get a raft and like, you know, 8 of our friends and just put our buckets of beer and put all of our electronics in little baggies and just float the river drinking ice cold beer, and make stops here and there and talk to other people that were also floating the river. And that's like a summer memory. Do you ever have that, like, you just like, you have these memories of summer and it's like certain like events or activities? Yeah, floating the river is the shit. Oh my god, it's so good, so peaceful. Just like, let me float, let me sit here in peace, just like go somewhere else, just like, oh, totally relax. But that's like such a summer thing. Obviously like swimming and stuff like that, but and like fishing all that good stuff. And I'm starting to get a little bit sad that we won't, like, you live next to the Shenandoah. Awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. Like the end of summer, when the end of summer comes and football starts, I'm starting to get really, I'm like beginning to mourn football. Because I just don't think it's gonna happen. Kind of makes me mad because I think that if we would have done things a little differently, maybe we would have had a season. But then again, like, who am I to say, you know? But anyways, guys, it's been 35 minutes. I need to jump off of here. I need to go to the bathroom. Yeah, huge football fan. I'm so sad. But I'm gonna go help with my son and get him all settled in for the night and everything. But thank you for joining me, and I will see you all next week. Have a great night. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.